There's one flaw I had in my fall off damage video, and that is where you place your protons for the 4-trap setup. So this is the exact placement of it. So the earth proton, you basically want it to go directly through the middle of your back traps, and your poison one, you want it right in front of it. The reason for this is because with the protons, like, they don't do damage, or they won't inflict the poison slash earth until you actually touch them. The thing is, you're going to realize, like, things get petrified in between all 4 of these. And if you were to touch it, you should be up here. The reason for them being petrified back here and not directly on the earth proton is because the game registers the hitbox of the enemy as a part of the enemy. Because, it's a hitbox, makes sense. So that when a hitbox touches the earth proton, that is when you're going to catch that petrify. So if you have it set up like this will minimize your fall off on all 4 traps.
Just let me love you when your heart is tired.
Before you go any further, make sure you check out my last video about fall off damage and how it works and how to avoid it. The reason why I say that is the anti-meta is solely based around minimizing the fall off damage. So make sure you go check out that video real quick right before you get into this one. It's very simple. It's just 4 traps, 2 protons, and a boost star. Now, because this is an anti-build, your relic is going to have defense rate, anti-melee, and controller on it. Now, the controller is very OP for this, just because on the boost star, you're going to be running boosted grasp, destruction, and mass destruction. The boosted grasp is going to be the thing that procs that controller all the time. So as far as the shards go with the explosive traps, you're going to want destruction, mass destruction, fire for effect. Fire for effect just gives you, when it's gilded, a 51% chance to detonate twice or detonate again. So there's a 51% chance of doing basically double damage. Now, the boost star for the mods, you want diverse power, diverse CD, and defense range. The reason why you want defense range on it and not crit damage is because, as you can see here, I have just enough range to put in all 4 of my traps. Now, if you have crit damage on it, which I rocked out with for a very long time, the thing with that is you're going to have to use a deadly strikes with it, and the only thing you could really sub out is the boosted grasp. So you can do that, but the slow from boosted grasp is really good. Really good. And like I said, it procs the controller, so you get a little bit of both worlds on there. As far as the protons go, you want a poison proton and then your earth proton. Now, you don't need a fancy stuff like tenacity on it. All you need is the captive rate and have 1 out of 10 poison servo and a 1 out of 10 earth servo on your other one. You want to put destructive pylon on at least one of them, just so you can get your destructive pylon within the build to buff your traps. You don't need it on both because one is good enough. It'll boost all 4. Now, I use frosty beams, not really necessary, but it's just extra CC you can add to the setup. It's just that simple. You just throw your controller, your anti-melee, defense rate, all that fun stuff on there, and throw down your traps, your 2 protons, and your boost star, and you just win. It's as simple as that. You just win. And I'm going to prove this to you by showing you this next clip where I played, I think it was 945, and I was looking for lanes that would go completely against the explosive traps. Now, I couldn't find an armored long shot lane, but what I did find was an armored lane. So if you don't know, an armored lane makes the traps, because traps are physical damage, it makes them do a bit less damage. And the lane it was on, the way the enemies come out, you're going to see in the clip, but the way the enemies come out, they come out towards the far left of the trap. So they're only hitting just the left side of the traps. They weren't going through the middle. So only 2 traps were actually doing damage to it. The other 2 barely did any damage to it.
Please do me a favor, erase the things I said. Pull me a little closer, take away the pain. Remind me I got everything to lose. I'm better with you. I'm better with you. I'm better with you. it's okay.